Hey everyone, how's it going? Matt is back here and welcome to my channel. And today guys, I'm going to give you some of the tips what you should not do, what you should never do when you're learning English. And I know I already have such a video, but this is going to be different. I've got some different tips from my previous video, so this is going to be new for everybody of you. So guys, if you're interested, if you want to know all of those tips what you should never do when you learn English, then keep watching this video. Don't forget to leave your likes, it'll help me a lot guys, and let's go. And the tip number one, folks, is don't give up. I know this is going to sound stupid, dumb and silly, but this is what you have to do guys. I know everybody says don't give up, never give up, just keep going, just go on and just do it, but we're like, it's damn hard, it's difficult for me, I just can't go on, I can't do it, so that's why I'm giving up. But actually guys, we have to try to push more. We have to try to fight ourselves to keep going, because if we fail, if we give up, this is gonna be our fault and we will never reach that level that we wanted. For example, you want to reach advanced level in English, and now you're struggling, you're failing, and you cannot reach anything. You cannot reach any point, and you're like, damn, this is too hard, I cannot do anything, I'm just useless, so I'm going to give up and try something else. But actually guys, there is some point that when you get to that point, then everything is going to change, everything is going to become easier. But most of people give up before they get to that point. And there is one piece of advice guys I found on internet, I found here on YouTube. So one guy said, not to give up, you have to think about your future. So like in 1 year, in 2 years, maybe you're going to remember this moment, and if you have given up some time ago, then you are going to think in future, damn, if I hadn't given up that day, maybe now I would have advanced level of English, but I have given up, so now I'm still a beginner. So this regretting feeling has to move you forward. You always have to think, in 1 year, in 2 years, what am I gonna think of myself? I have given up and now I could have been like advanced level, I could have been like really cool in English, but I'm still a beginner because I have given up some time ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, and so on guys. So think about this, you have to think about your future, and that's going to help. And moving down to number 2 guys, and here we've got, don't listen to people who say that English is hard and difficult. Of course, everybody thinks so. Even me, when I started to learn English, I thought, wow, English is so difficult and hard. I just don't want to keep learning it. I don't want English. I don't need it in my future life. But then I was keep learning. I was learning and learning and learning. And then, like at the middle of my learning of English, I was like, damn, English is super simple, it's easy. There is no problem, you just need to keep learning, like almost everything in the world. Of course, there are some subjects that are harder than others, but if you keep learning, then of course you're going to reach that level, you're going to know that subject perfectly. You just need to try hard, you just need to push yourself, and then of course you're going to reach any level that you want. And in English it's the same. I wouldn't even say so about English, because English is really easy. You don't need to push yourself too hard. You can learn English even just doing like 1 hour a day, maybe even less, but that's going to take you too long. If you want to learn English faster, then 2 hours a day, that's what you need. And yeah guys, so remember, don't listen to those people. English isn't difficult. It is though. If you think that English is difficult, if you put it in your head, then your brain is going to tell you, yeah, English is difficult, we cannot do anything about it, so just give up. But actually guys, if you think, wow, English is simple, English is easy, if you try to understand English like you want to understand it, not like you need it, not like you must, then English is going to be easy and simple for you. And the tip number 3, folks, is don't wait for too long to speak English. And this is not a secret that speaking is the most important part of language. Of course, you're not spending a lot of time reading. Of course, you're not spending a lot of time just listening or writing. Maybe you do well, but most of people spend a lot of time just to speak, and we learn English to speak to native speakers and maybe to even other nationalities. So to start speaking, you don't have to waste too much time before that. Of course, when you're a beginner, you cannot speak, you cannot say anything in English. So what you need to do first is to learn some words, learn some basic grammar, and then start to speak. Even if you know like 10 words like I, we, is, read, write, and so on, so you know grammar. I am reader, I am Matt, I am a teacher, I am a student. When you know this, then you can try to speak that out, because you know speaking is a skill. And how do we improve our skills? We improve our skills by using them, by doing them every day more and more. So if you're failing at the beginning, this is normal, of course, because everybody fails when they just start doing something. So of course, we're going to fail a lot with English. I cannot even count how many times I failed, how many times I felt embarrassed until I start to speak English. So now I can of course speak it, but before I was so lame. So you guys can do it as well. Just start speaking as soon as possible. Try to improve this skill, and more you speak, better is your skill. Number 4, everyone, is try not to fear to make mistakes. And I've said it lots of times. This is my really old piece of advice, so I'm not going to stay here for too long, guys. Try not to fear to make mistakes means that you should fight your fear. You should not be like afraid of doing mistakes and be embarrassed. Of course you will at the beginning, and there is nothing you can do about it at the beginning. All you can do is say to yourself, this is okay, everybody makes mistakes, and this helps me to learn. So this is good that I'm making mistakes. Also, if you're like really open person, you can try to make fun of yourself. Like, I fell down, so everybody laughs, I'm laughing too, because this is funny even for me. I've made a mistake in English, I'm laughing of myself. I'm like telling it to everybody so they can make fun of me too. But this is if you're on the higher level, if you're like a really open person and it's hard to embarrass you. But at the beginning, only you can do is to try hard, to just try to convince yourself that mistakes are normal, and this is really fun to do them, and they are helping you to get better and improve your English. Number 5, guys, is also one of my oldest tips, and here we're going to be really quick. So don't get too much into grammar. Of course, everybody knows this, right? I've already said it to you, but for those of you who hasn't seen my old video about this, so I'm going to tell you guys that there is some basic grammar that you need to start speaking. You don't need like really complicated and difficult grammar, some clauses, some modal verbs, and others. First, what you need is some simple grammar, some basic grammar that you can use for your everyday speaking. So don't get too much in grammar. Grammar is not so important. Even if you can make mistakes in grammar, native speakers and non-native speakers can get what you mean. So start speaking without knowing perfect grammar, guys, and then you're going to improve. And the last one, everyone, tip number 7 is don't say I've got no talent or I'm bad with languages. Because maybe this is what I hate the most when people say it. Like, I don't think there is such thing as talent. When people say, hey, you've got talent, you're really good at that. This is kind of bullshit, guys, because like everybody can reach that point. People just say it so they can feel better, so they cannot do it, and if they say you have talent to this, then I'm feeling better because I don't have this talent and I cannot do this. Of course, it's not like you're working a lot and I'm doing nothing, so that's why I can't do it. I have to feel better, so I have to think that you have something that I don't have. but actually everything that person has is hard working. The same with English. When I just began to study English, when I began to learn, I was the same. I was like, damn, I hate English. I have no talent and I will never ever learn English well enough. So everybody does this, of course, so don't worry guys. All you have to do is try to convince yourself that you can do it, that you don't need talent, all you need is hard working. So all I've been doing for like 5 last years is learning English for almost every day, at least once a week. So I would read, I would listen, I would talk, I would write, and so on. And that's how you improve. That's how you get improvements. Not by just some talent. You're not getting born. You're not born and then you have this talent and then you can speak like 5 languages. Of course not. You have to learn. People with talent or people without talent have to learn the same things. They have to learn the same grammar. They have to learn the same words and so on. And the same with everything. If you work hard, you get to some level. If you don't work hard, none of the talents will ever help you guys. So believe in yourself and your brain will make you believe in yourself. If you think English is easy, I can do it, I have talent, then your brain is going to think the same and you are going to be like really confident person and you're going to get some good level of English. But if you're thinking, no, I have no talents, I cannot learn any language, then your brain is going to convince you that you really don't have talents. So you really cannot reach and get any point. So remember guys, try your best to push yourself to believe that you can do anything and then you're going to reach any point that you want. So this is all guys for our today's video lesson, or well, this wasn't even a video lesson, whatever it was guys. I'm glad you watched this. Thank you for watching guys. Thank you for leaving your likes. It really helps me a lot, and for your comments guys. So I'm sorry if I offended anyone. I hasn't been trying to offend anyone. I'm just trying to help you guys. I'm just trying to get some improvements for you so you can get better person and you can get much better in English. So just try to do all those tips guys, or just at least one of them. I'm going to be happy even about that. Try to improve your English guys, and I'll see you next time guys. Bye bye.